by ourselves. And working at home really does start to suck after a while. So we've started a space for everyone to get together and get some work done and collaborate and so on and so forth. The reason for this event, hopefully we get to the point where we're doing this quarterly. But the purpose of this event is that it's really been said that it takes a whole village to raise a child. And being a part, I'm sorry, was that your line? You can still use it. It'll look better on the screen. But really, after being a part of this space for a while, I found out that it takes really a community to launch a startup. And if show by hands, how many people have had the best idea they've ever had is still in your head?
I just haven't found it yet. Your head or the idea? Yes.
So really, if we think about it, it's really frustrating to walk around with this great ambition and this awesome idea, but you really don't know who to tell it to, one. And then two, you really don't know how to get it off the ground. So the point of this is to say, this is who I am, this is what I'm passionate about, and this is what I need to get off the ground. That's the purpose of this event. So without further ado, we're going to have the Socialite Club, who is our co-host for the night. Go ahead and tell you who they are.
My name's Jody. This is my boyfriend Whit, and he actually is the one who brought in the Thai food tonight. So if you didn't get a chance to try it, it's downstairs, so you can come see me if you want to come eat. What we have is a professional networking group, and we meet every other Thursday of the month, and we kind of bounce around. This is our first collaboration together with the Loft, so we're really excited about this. We usually have like speed networking, which is a really great way to meet a ton of people in like 30 minutes. We have guest speakers come in, and we have a really nice group, and we like to support the other businesses in the area, the other restaurants. So actually when Whit is going to open his next restaurant, it's going to be Ubon Thai cuisine in the next 2 months here. That's actually where we're going to have like a big VIP socialite party, so hopefully you guys get on our mailing list.
Yeah, all right.
Well, you need to get on the mailing list, but all of you guys did because you signed in tonight, and then you'll be invited to that too. And then lastly, our next event is going to be Cinco de Mayo next Thursday at the Logan House. So we're going to have speed networking going on there from 6 to 8. So hopefully you guys can make it to that too.
Is that speed networking with tequila?
Actually,
every
everyone...
2 minutes a shot.
There you go.
Billy shots.
Actually, everyone would be grandfathered into their like Logan House party where they're going to have music and drinks and whatever else they're going to do. So
yeah, we drank a lot at these meetings.
that's why it's Sweden.
It's not speak naked.
Yep, I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So just as a matter of kind of housekeeping, one, bathrooms, if you want to be brave and go there, you can, but we will all hear you and we will all talk about you. So if you don't want to go there, downstairs, pretty much in the same spot, there's a bathroom there, you can use that. All of our speakers outside of our keynote will have 1 to 3 minutes to explain what it is that they're doing, and then they'll have 2 minutes, 5 minutes altogether for questions and answers. So please ask anything. Even if you think it's a stupid question, you've already covered it. Please let's just get the participation going, because these guys are really going to leave with something that will impact their business for a really long time. So dig deep, find great questions. All right. So our first, there already went. Right quick. We had Sylvia. She didn't sign up for our pitch for today, but she had something great to say. So I wanted to give her a chance to say it now.
Right now?
Yep.
I'll start? Very good. I have the greatest idea that I've had so far in my life right now, and I don't quite yet know what to do with it, even though the book that I've written about it is already in the publisher. My company is, and I've been in business for 20 years, and I'm starting all over again. The idea is to help small and medium-sized businesses solve difficult business problems that affect their sustainability and their competitive status using their own resources. So it would be inexpensive, and it would use the best expertise that there is, which is their own people, but doing it differently. It would be I call the team wizard. It's a team effort, but with a very very structured process, which I have adapted and simplified from a British process, which is normally used only on the executive level. I'm bringing it like the originator of this process called action learning. I bring it all the way down to the lowest possible levels, because that's where the people really have understanding what's going on. And a lot of times people think that just because somebody has a high school education and nothing more, they left their brains behind. It's not true. So you are losing a lot of good information for which you already paid. And so we can show them how to put together a team that becomes a self-sustaining, or they can make several teams to solve their problems and move forward inexpensively and very effectively.
Cool. All right, so really quick, if anybody found that as intriguing as I did, please find her afterwards. Please get contact information, and please make sure you reach out to her and let her know what she can do next, because I think that's how it is. All right? Okay, so our first person up today was Brian with UC. You get 1 to 3 minutes, dude, make it good. Okay?
Where do you meet at? Here?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Wherever you want it.
So I'm doing a project, we're calling it USeed. It's with Wes and Steve, there he is, and also Dan Freeman, who runs the entrepreneurship program at the University of Delaware. There are 2,000 colleges who have a program to teach students how to be entrepreneurs or how to be entrepreneurial. Coming all the way from the White House, there's a huge drive in the academic community and public policy community to put an emphasis on teaching students innovation, how to be innovative, how to innovate. And basically the way we put this is, you can't teach someone how to innovate from a book. They have to do it, and in doing the process, they will get better at it. So most entrepreneurship programs that are out there, those 2,000 colleges that I talked about, they're teaching students to write business plans. And we've all been business plan competition judges for students. And you have a student hand you, 23 pages and say, give me $200,000. A student has no experience, they've got no assets, they've got no customers. Who's going to give them that kind of money? So what we're creating is it's a combination of online software and curriculum, which will guide a student through the process of taking their big idea and figuring out what's a practical first step that they can take that other people can buy into. And they're going to buy into it through a new form of funding called crowdfunding. Crowdfunding works for a lot of people in these kinds of situations. Crowdfunding is based on the idea of the wisdom of the crowds, crowdsourcing. And what it basically means is, if a student doesn't raise every single dollar they ask for, they don't get any of it. So unless the crowd decides this student project is worth funding, they don't get $1. Obviously that simulates the real world, where a student wants to ask for as little money as possible, because it would really suck to raise $4,000, but since your goal was $5,000, you don't get anything. Secondly, for the donors who participate, and in this case we're working in an established community, the alumni network of the college, they know that when they give a student project some money, it's not going to go to something half-baked. Those dollars are only going to end up going to projects that are fully funded. So what the University of Delaware is doing is we're creating an online software on a content management system called Drupal, which just basically means the university can change things around for themselves and adapt and grow and innovate their program, where students can post a video and talk about their project and really just share it with family, friends, and the alumni community. Here's our big idea. Here's the problem we're trying to solve. Here's what we want to do about it. And here's the meaningful step that we're trying to take. And here's how much money we need to raise in order to get it done. There are a number of crowdfunding websites that are out there right now where you can just go out to the general online community. Kickstarter, which several students have raised hundreds of thousands, in fact close to millions of dollars for their projects. Fundly, which does this all-or-nothing fundraising approach for nonprofits. They've raised over $200 million for the nonprofits that participate with them. And ProFounder, which does it for small businesses. So crowdfunding works. In fact, the average project on Kickstarter gets about 17 grand. So it's a pretty cool model. It does work. Certainly there's people who end up with nothing, but there's a lot of people who do get funded. And more importantly, by combining this with college curriculum, what we're really doing is, whether a student ends up funded or not, they've gone through the process of taking a problem, solving it, creating a meaningful first step, and then sharing it with others and building the confidence and learning how to articulate themselves and their ideas in ways that will serve them for the rest of their life. We launched it September 5th. And any questions?
I want to say that differently every time.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I've got two. One is, can the general people that are going to contribute see kind of like a grid of how much of the required funds that students gotten?
That's right. So they'll see like a bar that says, hey, they've asked for 7,000, they've got 6.
And the second question is, the money that's given to the project, is that a form of investment or it's like a grant?
It is a donation to the fund, which the students are applying to. So if they don't get the money, the fund still has it, which enables them to reinvest in other student projects. Put quite simply, every time a student puts up a project, the entrepreneurship program at the University of Delaware is going to give them $100. So they're not starting from zero; they're starting from an initial investment. And that's really just saying, hey, the university puts their faith in this student project.
So in other words, the donated money is donated, it just may not
That's right.
make it.
It's
Comes out of one pocket, but might not make it in
right.
the
It's along the same lines of when a parent makes a donation to a school because their kid's classroom needs more supplies.
So where does that money end up?
It is a nonprofit
Who applies
donation.
to the next kind of...
The entrepreneurship program would do that.
Okay.
So there's room here to be clever. You could have students reapply for the funds with a new project that professors feel like, yeah, you've re-scoped your project. Let's give you the dollars that you've won so far, and maybe you got to go a little further. Or maybe they take those dollars and they reinvest them in upcoming projects like we just talked about.
So this is to be managed by the university.
It's absolutely, it's
Professors or
right. The whole idea here is that this is an educational program, and whether a project is successful or not, the students are getting an education.
Is it Jim O'Neill and Bonnie Maceris at the university? Center for Entrepreneurship?
It is. Jim O'Neill is going to be one of the professors that we're going to be talking with more in depth about it, but it's really Dan Freeman who is driving this.
Sure. Okay.
He's the faculty director there.
Hey!